Here's your village's forecast from the VNN Weather Team, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical. Here's meteorologist Ashley Baylor.
All right, we are only a couple of weeks into the start of the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season, and already we're showing signs of a little bit of trouble off the Texas and Louisiana coastline. So the National Hurricane Center has been watching what is basically a cluster of thunderstorms, and that cluster is expected to start to skirt into the Gulf. And as that happens, it looks like environmental conditions may be conducive for a very brief either tropical depression or tropical storm to develop. If a tropical storm indeed develops, it would be our first named storm, which would be given the name Arthur. But because of where it is expected to set up, it'll be very short-lived. And notice Florida is not potentially in the track of this. So let's actually show you where our computer models show this going. And it shows it basically, again, developing off the coast of Texas, running through Louisiana, and then eventually skirting possibly across central and northern parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and then eventually into Georgia and the Carolinas. So at no point does any forecast model show any potential threat for Florida, good and bad, because this is, in a way, kind of a system that we need, where it would give us several days of a good soaking rain to really get into the groundwater. But we don't want anything too strong. We would love a rainmaker. We don't want a troublemaker. We always root for people. We don't root for storms. But yeah, some rain from this system would inevitably be nice to help our drought situation, especially across the Panhandle, where they're still dealing with exceptional drought. Now, that's not to say they aren't going to tap into some rain, but it won't be the bulk of the rain. The only problem is the amount of rain that they are going to experience is going to be a lot that comes down at once, so they are running the risk for some serious flooding issues. So far, our computer models are showing rainfall totals over 6 inches, possibly upwards of 10 inches. You may even get some locally higher amounts around 11 to 12 inches, but this is all going to be, this forecast is going to basically tailor itself over the next few days. But again, just wanted to show you that Florida really not in the potential threat for whatever decides to develop. And again, short-lived. All right, let's talk about your Wednesday. Let's try and get you through the second half of the week here. So Wednesday, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, just like the past few days. We'll get those big, puffy, fair weather cumulus clouds to move over that hot sunshine and at least provide some temporary shade. We also run the risk for a couple of those clouds attempting to squeeze out some rain showers. Please, if you have any hope, this would be a nice downpour that we would see develop going into the afternoon. Winds will be streaming out of the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures will be in the low 90s, but once you factor in that high humidity, it'll feel a couple degrees over 100. And yeah, it's going to get a little bit worse as we go into Thursday and Friday. Hold that thought. As we go into Wednesday evening, let's talk about a fun event. We have outdoor movie night. This time, it's going to be at Farragut Softball Complex. Gates are going to open at 6:30. The movie is at 7. You can sit in your golf cart and watch The Sandlot, or you can bring your own chairs, of course. Of course, this is a classic. I think I may have to check this one out. Temperatures are still going to be in the upper 80s, so, bring a little fan or whatever you have in your golf cart to cool you off. A nice cool drink would help as well. Now, I can't rule out the possibility of a spot thunder shower, but I love The Sandlot. We love watching outdoor movies. Hopefully, in this situation, it doesn't happen. If we're going to get any thunder showers, make sure it's before 6 o'clock so it doesn't ruin our outdoor activities. All right, let's talk about Wednesday night. We are going to see scattered clouds. It's going to stay muggy. Temperatures are only going to drop to about 77 degrees. So unfortunately, we do need to keep those fans and air conditioners on full blast, even overnight. For your Thursday, it's going to be an uncomfortable day as temperatures are expected to surge into the mid-90s. Again, chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Notice the wind starts to back off a little bit going into Thursday. Of course, on the hotter day is when the wind decides it wants to back off. That's just how it is. So let's break down the temperatures with the dew point, giving you the heat index. So when you combine temperatures and you combine dew points, you get the heat index. The heat index is basically what it feels like when you step out the door. So on Wednesday, you can see it'll feel like 102 outside, but then on Thursday and Friday, the temperatures jump a little bit, the dew points come up 1 degree, and so it'll feel close to 106 as we close out the week. And then as we get into the weekend, temperatures may come down ever so slightly into the lower 90s. It's still going to be downright hot. I don't know how many of us can really tell the difference between 102 to 106. So the bottom line is continue to take care of yourselves, take care of your pets as well. We really need to take care of our pets. Try not to walk them during peak heating time. If you can avoid walking them between 10 to 4, even 10 to 6, that would be optimal. But I know some pets do need to go outside. Make sure they go out very briefly and don't walk very much on the asphalt or the concrete. Put your hand on the concrete or the asphalt. If it's too hot for your hand, it's too hot for their paws. All right, let's talk about your 7-day forecast, where I'm sure Dad would be hoping for a nice cool down here, but no, it's going to stay sticky right into the upcoming weekend. Temperatures are going to be in the low 90s both Saturday and Sunday. Again, chance for a couple of pop-up showers or thunderstorms. We'll see how that goes, but maybe get something nice and cool for Dad if they don't have one of those neck fans yet. I know my dad wants one. My mom doesn't want to buy it. Maybe that's what will have to be my Father's Day gift. And then not much changes as we start to ease our way into next week. It's going to stay hot. It's going to be uncomfortable. So again, the bottom line, just watch for those heat safety tips. Wear loose, light colored clothing. Make sure you stay hydrated. Definitely take breaks in the shade or air-conditioned areas. Just do whatever you can to make sure that you're not exhibiting signs of heat stroke or even heat exhaustion. In the meantime, you can check us out right here on VNN. You can tune your radio to WVLG and check us out in the Village's Daily Sun.
Thanks for watching Meteorologist Ashley Baylor, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical.